The day has finally come. We got our first look at Grand Theft Auto 6. The game will release in 2025 for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. No mention of a PC version just yet, so that one will probably launch later, similar to previous Rockstar releases. And while that 1.5 minute trailer is nowhere near enough to sate my curiosity, there are still a ton of details that tell us more about the world, story and gameplay for the next entry in the GTA series. So let's dive right in. We start with a shot of Lucia, one of our main characters, who at this point is stuck in prison. And this close-up already gives you a good look at how much improvement has been put into GTA 6's character models. GTA 5 is of course 10 years old, but even when compared to Red Dead 2, these new models and animations look really good to me, as you can also see in more close-up shots from the trailer. But let's talk about Lucia for a bit, as we've heard her name before in some of the leaks about GTA 6 prior to the official reveal. A lot of information from these leaks lines up with what we see here in the trailer, so I'll be using it to provide some extra context. According to these, Lucia is part of a Bonnie and Clyde style duo, and in case you need a refresher, Bonnie and Clyde were two Americans who went on a crime spree throughout the country before eventually being gunned down in Louisiana. And we actually get to see our Clyde multiple times in the trailer as well. The leaks list his name as Jason, so that's how we'll refer to him for now. Even the trailer music, Tom Petty's Love is a Long Road, implies that the bond between these two will be a very central part of the story. While we don't know much about Jason yet, the leaks have revealed more info about Lucia. Supposedly, she's the brains of the group with an expertise in hacking. Not sure if that means cybercrime will be a big part of the story too, doesn't look like it from the trailer. But it does give Lucia access to some specialized equipment such as tracker jammers and an immobilizer bypass used for stealing luxury vehicles. It's unclear what Jason's specialization will be, but from the sound of it, the playable character should feel more unique than Trevor, Michael and Franklin did in GTA 5. And the teamwork between the two should be much improved as well, as the leaks report systems in place for giving your buddy orders and even swapping out items on the fly. And the criminal stomping ground for Lucia and Jason will be Leonida, GTA's version of Florida. Which, yes, does mean we will be returning to Vice City, GTA's Miami, which is noted in both the press release and visible in the trailer. It will of course be a completely different city when compared to 2002's Vice City, which you can see in this comparison from Rockstar Universe. Like, it's absolutely insane how good 2025's Vice City looks. But what I find more interesting is that there seems to be a lot more to the game's play space than just one big city. Analysis of last year's gameplay leaks already revealed a second location, Port Gellhorn, supposedly based on Panama City, Florida, and more recent leaks state the map has 3 major cities and 4 sub-cities, implying it's even bigger. And I think the trailer actually confirms that the map will, at the very least, be much bigger than just Vice City. This shot of Lucia and Jason on a hovercraft in the swamps immediately made me think of the Everglades, which aren't that far from real-life Miami, so it makes sense to include those, and obviously there is more that they haven't shown yet. And there is way more to go over, so if you enjoyed the video so far, be sure to leave a like and subscribe as well to not miss our next GTA 6 video. Now, one thing that does really stand out in the trailer is how alive and populated the world feels. There are tons of pedestrians and drivers on the road in any shot, and while GTA has always been known for its lifelike cities, again, this is taking it to a whole new level. The diversity in vehicle and character models is also insane, and while we can't see it here, there should be some pretty interesting tech running under the hood as well. Back in 2020, Rockstar filed a patent for tech that supports virtual navigation in a gaming environment. In short, this system should allow for more unique NPC behaviors at a time, and it also allows them to move through a city more realistically by doing things like slowing down on residential roads, or change their behavior depending on what type of vehicle they are controlling. And leaked information also revealed a lot of tech in place to allow NPCs to respond to your actions through their locomotion system, enhanced facial expressions and more. Supposedly, the more advanced AI also applies to animals, and with the amount of gators already being shown in the trailer, I have a feeling those are going to be some of our biggest enemies. No, but jokes aside, with Lucia and Jason going on a crime spree throughout Leonida, they're of course going to make some enemies. And I'm not just talking about the cops, but also the many gangs that seem to be active in Vice City and the surrounding area. There's a gang that terrorizes the city on dirt bikes and quads, the Thrillbilly Mud Club, who have access to monster trucks, and another one we don't have a name for yet that seems very happy to show off their money and custom cars. The gameplay leaks also listed a Haitian gang called San for San, another one called the Guardia Brothers, and a far-right militia. Could be that last one has been rebranded to the Thrillbillies, but I was unable to spot references to the other two. But assuming they are still in the game, we're looking at least 6 different factions for GTA 6, who will of course also benefit from the improved AI mentioned earlier. There's even a mention mention of a faction system found in the leaks, which could be the evolution of the gang war system present in San Andreas, where you were able to take over streets by attacking rival gang members. So I'm expecting some very dynamic and interesting gang confrontations. And the trailer also ends on a very interesting shot with Lucia and Jason entering a store ready to rob it. And while you could of course rob a store in GTA 5 already, there seems to be a much higher focus on playable indoor spaces in GTA 6, which helps with immersion, but it also sets up gameplay opportunities for theft and robbery. These were listed in the leaks as some of the main elements of the game's core gameplay, and while we of course know little about the gameplay yet, it makes a lot of sense if we look at GTA 5 and online. Heists were some of the big new features in 5, and online has added tons of them over its lifespan, so it would make sense that more heists and robberies are included, especially if they can be triggered more dynamically. It also opens the door for many new gameplay mechanics that can facilitate a robbery, stealth being a big one, but of course also bringing the right tools to, for example, open doors or take back the loot to your escape vehicle. And with items like crowbars and duffel bags found in the gameplay leaks, dynamic robberies in GTA 6 are actually looking pretty likely. And while we've of course seen Rockstar build a massive city with GTA 5's Los Santos, GTA 6 should be even more ambitious. I already mentioned the most recent leaks, which also state that the map will be twice the size of Los Santos, with of course multiple cities on the map as well. Fan-made versions of the map based on earlier gameplay leaks also include the lake mentioned in the more recent leaks, so while we should still take it with a grain of salt, a lot of sources are reporting the same info. But there is even the potential for the map to grow after release, as reliable sources Tom Henderson and Jason Schreier have both stated that Rockstar is planning to update the game over time, adding new missions and cities on a regular basis. Whether that only applies to the inevitable online mode or if it's also for the single player remains to be seen, especially since Rockstar's post-launch plans for its past two releases, Red Dead 2 and GTA 5, have been focused on supporting the online component of the game. While before that, with GTA 4 and the first Red Dead, we did of course see some pretty nice single player DLC. The rumors at least don't rule out that we will also see new single player content, so fingers crossed, as that would of course be amazing. And again, while it wasn't announced today, it's obvious that there will also be an online mode. Really curious what they will call it. GTA Online 2 seems kind of weird. Your takes are of course more than welcome in the comments. But considering the success of GTA 5's online mode, Rockstar will definitely want to double down on that, and one of the reasons that GTA Online has managed to stay relevant for so long is because of roleplay servers, which wasn't lost on the developer. In fact, in August this year, Rockstar announced that they'd started collaborating with CFX.RE, the team behind some of the biggest RP servers in GTA Online. While that collaboration obviously has its benefits for the work the team is doing in GTA 5, this seems more like a play for GTA 6 to maybe incorporate the RP features more into the regular experience with more Rockstar support, which would of course be great. And that is all I was able to gather from the reveal trailer. Of course, if you spotted some interesting details, let us know in the comments, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe as we will keep you up to date on GTA 6 and many other open world titles. If you want, you can watch our previous video covering the prior gameplay leaks by clicking on the screen. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.